So if you were gonna get a list together of what people think are the top 10 anime openings of all time, there's a lot you could do. You might go by YouTube views, you might go by plays on Spotify, you could just ask your friends, if you had any. We're doing none of those. We're going to rateyourmusic.com, the #1 home of pretentious nerds who like to think they're smarter than they are. Here's how I gathered this list. I went to their ranking of the top soundtrack singles of all time, and I just scrolled down until I got to the anime ones. So let's review Rate Your Music's top 10 anime songs of all time. At number 10, it's Kyoumen no Nami by YURiKA from the anime Land of the Lustrous. It's a show that a lot of people love, and I haven't seen. This is the kind of really weird song that makes perfect sense to be on a Rate Your Music top 10. You gotta remember, this is the website that is End of Evangelion as the number 7 movie of all time. This is some art pop, almost glitchy type stuff that is definitely unique in the realm of anime openings. I'm just not sure how into it I am. Like, I respect all the thought and effort that went into the production and sound design here, but it's just not my thing. I'm not big on the super artsy pop that tries to put cool sounding production over actual cohesiveness. It's just not for me. At number 9, it's inarguably one of the most iconic anime openings ever, Unravel by TK from Ling Tosite Sigure from the show Tokyo Ghoul. The first thing you notice is that while number 10 had 6 million plays on Spotify, Unravel has 260 million. Really, there's not much I can say about this song that hasn't already been said by everyone else. It's really good. It's memorable, emotional, has an incredible singing performance. It's everything you need in an anime opening. My main problem with it being at number 9 comes from comparing it to other songs. I like this song, but I would not put it in my top 10. And TK's band, Ling Tosite Sigure, is so fantastic, this would barely be a top 10 song by them. It's undeniably a great track and probably deserving of a spot here just for its success, but there's better stuff like this out there. At number 8 is a recent hit. It's Kickback by Kenshi Yonezu from Chainsaw Man. The first one of these shows I've actually seen. Well, I've seen half of it, but I have read the entire manga. Here's a really hot take. This song is kinda bad. The anime opening part of this song is fine. It's not my favorite thing in the world, but I won't skip it or anything, and it's perfectly enjoyable. It's probably too clean for a show like Chainsaw Man, but no one's expecting anything grimy out of Kenshi Yonezu to begin with. Where this song really falters is pretty much every part after that. What they don't show you in the TV show is that the last 2 minutes of this song are a complete mess. There's an absolutely terrible orchestral section that might be the most forced thing I've heard in my entire life. They turned the chorus from mildly pleasant to incredibly annoying. There's an awful refrain as well. It's just bad. It reminds me of the opening from Listeners, if anyone's ever heard that, where the TV version is pretty fun, and then the extended version is like offensively terrible. If we're just counting the anime section, this is better than the Land of the Lustrous one. If we're counting the full song, it's definitely worse. It's worse than Unravel either way. For number 7, yes, this is actually number 7, it's Kawaki no Ameku by Minami from Domestic Girlfriend. On one hand, I'm concerned that Domestic Girlfriend made this list in the first place, but on the other hand, the opening is the only part of the show I have ever heard anyone say anything remotely good about. And really, as much as I hate to say this about anything even slightly related to Domestic Girlfriend, this is a good song. The instrumental is kinda standard emotional J-pop, but Minami herself is going crazy here. The vocals elevate this from a very generic 6 to 7 out of 10 anime opening that no one cares about to number 7 on this list. The melodies are great, the rap portions are somehow really cool, and she manages to pull off a beautiful tone, an edgy tone, and an anxious tone all in like 4 seconds. Seriously, any other singer and this song is mid, but she makes this fantastic. I can understand this being number 7. For number 6 is a song I think should be higher, Ride on Shooting Star by The Pillows, which is the ending theme for FLCL. I love this song. If we're just counting OPs and EDs, this is easily in my top 5. I say this because FLCL has several inserts like Last Dinosaur and Hybrid Rainbow that shouldn't really count as anime songs, but if they did, would be number 1. This song is incredibly addictive. The stop-start guitar riff gets perfectly stuck in your head, and the whiny vocals work better here than on any other song The Pillows ever released. The chorus is great too, with a catchy hook that gets stuck in your head just as much as the riff does. This song is short and sweet, but super effective in every way. It's the best song on this list so far, and is a classic for a reason. Also, I've actually seen all of FLCL, which is a first for this list, and I can tell you, this fits in the show perfectly. Number 5 is one that honestly really surprised surprised me. It's Bloody Stream by Coda from JoJo's Bizarre Adventure. This feels like a really weird choice for the top 5. Like, if this was number 10, I could understand it, but this just feels a little high. Don't get me wrong, this is definitely a good song, but I don't even think this is the most iconic JoJo opening. I will say, one thing this song does extremely well is nail an old school shonen vibe. This song is from 2013, but the part of JoJo it's for was published back in the 80s, and this sounds the part. It's got the funk, the not super high quality recording, also the vocals are put super far over the instrumental, except for the terribly mixed horns, but we don't talk about those. It's faster paced than a lot of 80s J-pop, but that only makes the song better. It's a solid song. I don't think it should be this high though. At number 4 is Daft Punk, like the French guys. It's Something About Us, parentheses, love theme from Interstella 5555, which is a movie that is essentially a feature-length music video for their album Discovery. This is a weird one to count. Despite being a regular song on Discovery, this is counted as an anime soundtrack because of the physical single, which came out in 2003 to coincide with the release of the movie. If you think this shouldn't count, I have number 11 and 12 listed as honorable mentions later, so you'll get to hear about those anyways. I really like Discovery. It's a classic album. This is one of the worst songs on it. That album is at its best when it's hyperactive and crazy on tracks like Crescendos and Face to Face. This song is just really boring. It's a very slow track with some repetitive funk that feels too slow to actually be funky, and like one vocal section that feels like it would lead to more and then doesn't. It's just not good. I would rather listen to pretty much any other song on the album. At number 3 is one I didn't initially think would be this high, but the more I think about it, the more sense it makes. It's Puzzle by Roundtable featuring Nino from Welcome to the NHK. This is one of those songs that just gets better the more you listen to it. Interestingly, this is actually the least popular song on the list, with only 1.5 million plays on Spotify, probably because NHK isn't a very mainstream anime, for reasons you will get if you've ever watched the show. This song is a pretty hopeful sounding pop song, which is a nice contrast with the show being about, spoiler alert, skip ahead 5 seconds, crippling depression and jumping off large cliffs. The horns sound bright and happy while simultaneously giving the song a melancholy touch. So does the chorus, which is bright and soaring, albeit with a heavier sounding melody. It's been years since I watched the show, and I honestly kind of forgot how great this was. I'm definitely adding it to my rotation. Number 2 is one that, knowing this website, I'm kind of surprised isn't number 1. It's A Cruel Angel's Thesis by Yoko Takahashi from Evangelion. This absolutely deserves to be up here. This is the most iconic anime song of all time. For a lot of people, when you think anime opening, you think Evangelion. This song is just great for obvious reasons. The singing is great. The instrumental can get emotions running in anyone. The build-up is super hype, which is exactly what you want out of a robot fighting show opening. Don't let anyone tell you Evangelion is anything else. The climax of the whole thing is super epic too. It gets endlessly stuck in your head, and it makes you feel like the coolest person alive. This does kind of have a similar problem to Kickback, where the part that follows the part that's in the anime isn't as good, but unlike Kickback, it's still very listenable. The little breakdown right after is iffy, but once the song gets back into the song structure of the opening, it's great again. If this wasn't top 5, honestly top 3, I'd be upset at this website and everyone on it, even more than I already am. As I alluded to earlier, let's do some honorable mentions real quick. At number 11, missing by 1 spot on the soundtrack rankings, is another classic, Renai Circulation by Kana Hanazawa from Monogatari. Do you think anyone who found this song off TikTok ever actually watched Monogatari? I hope not. This is in the same boat as the Domestic Girlfriend song, where I hate giving the show any credit for anything, but this song is a banger. It's like a silly pop song. It's good. Just don't watch the show. I watched the show because of Renai Circulation. I regret it. Don't be like me. Number 12 is a song we don't talk about enough, that being Tell Me Why by Penpals from Berserk. This song is awesome. It's pretty lo-fi for an anime opening, and also kind of rips off Glee, but that honestly only makes it better. It's so good. Last honorable mention, number 14, is Easy Breezy by Kelmiko from the anime Keep Your Hands Off of Zoken. A super unhinged rap song that I love. It's got a manic energy and is completely insane for an anime opening, especially once you get past the part actually used in the show. Finally, at number 1, a take that I completely agree with, Duvet by Boa from Serial Experiments Lane. In terms of just the song, this is in my top 3. If you include the visuals and really the whole show though, this is the best anime opening of all time. It just is. The vibe this creates when matched with the visuals is unparalleled across the entire medium. Lane was and still is a singular experience points in anime that nothing else has ever matched, and this song is the shining moment of all that. A rarity for an anime opening, it's fully in English and by a Britpop band. That alone sets it apart from many other anime openings, especially in 1997 when it came out. The singing is great and mournful, while the instrumental is sad and the perfect fit for the show. Pairing this with the visuals and the general vibe of Lane, it's hard to put into words, but it's just special. Go watch Lane if you haven't. You're honestly not gonna see another TV show like it. It's fantastic. This song is fantastic. This is a perfectly worthy #1. Thank you for watching. Like, comment, sub. You know what to do. I promise I won't turn this into an anime channel. Bye!